I didn't even watch, or I didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and in living color. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week of Reselling, where I have a little help with my friends. Here we'll discuss the highs and lows of reselling and dive into great conversation. I am joined with two of my co-hosts. Here my dogs are going crazy again. We have here none other than Joe with Big Time Flips. Or sorry, I do this again. Oh. Sorry, guys. Joe with I flip that.
They're such good
sorry,
friends.
Joe. Here you go. And
we're just here to pad the stats.
I know.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I didn't even get your sound effect drop. Here we go.
There you go.
There you go. And Brendan with Big Time Flips.
Brendan with I'd flip that.
Yep. There you go. And our guest for today, guys, we have none other than the Angie Resells. Angie Resells is in the building. Good to see you, Angie. The
Great
other lunch lady, because if we can't have one, we got to have the other.
True.
Right. Kristen is out this week, so I'm filling in.
She's like in Nova Scotia or where did she say she was going?
She's right?
Maine.
Yeah. She's in Maine.
She's on her way anyways.
No,
Nova Scotia is another country,
now.
right?
It's in Canada.
I know Nova Scotia's. Where
Canada.
is Nova Scotia? Oh,
Canada.
It's not like Norway or anything like that?
No.
I first thought that too, Ray, but then I'm like, wait, that's not the right.
Nova Scotia, Canada.
Yeah.
But there is a Nova Scotia country?
No,
I don't think
provinces or whatever in Canada.
Okay, but there isn't like
Quebec
another
is one.
There's not like a Nova Scotia country,
I don't think
like a
so.
Norway or Holland.
No.
Okay, man, I messed that up completely.
She's on some leaf tour, like tree watching or something like that. I don't know. I saw this one. Yeah,
fall leaves, changing colors.
That's a thing.
No.
Yes.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Ray, really?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm learning here.
This weekend to go look at leaf changing.
But I think she said she was in Maine. I'm pretty sure it was Maine.
They left out of Maine, and then they're going up in Canada, and then they'll come back to Maine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that that was a thing. I mean, Brendan, you know you're dressed like Orange Cassidy, right?
Yes, I do. I don't have the sunglasses though. No, I don't have the sunglasses though.
You have the belt?
At home, I got the belt.
Dang it.
You know who Orange Cassidy is, Angie?
I did not till I just saw him. You need some glasses.
All he has to do is this.
Mm-hmm.
I put his hands in his pocket.
I run with my hands in my pockets.
His whole gimmick, his whole wrestling gimmick, Joe, is that he just doesn't care about anything. So when he wrestles with like his hands in his pockets.
He wears like jeggings and stuff.
Yeah, and he's like, whatever. You know, he never really like says anything and just gives like a thumbs up.
Yeah. Hold nonchalant. Just like us. Yeah. We don't really care.
Yeah, just like us. But Angie, sorry for the weird introduction and sorry for the weird wrestling talk. But Angie, how are you? How you been? What's going on with Angie Resells?
Not much. No, that's basically, in case I don't know if everyone knows, but I had surgery a couple months ago. And so I've been recovering. It was a super long recovery. It was a super long surgery. And so my business is an utter, absolute chaos and mayhem and all of those things. When you support your family doing reselling and you don't resell for 2 months, it's kind of crazy. So really, I just been trying to build back up, working on doing all the things with Vendu and cross-listing everything, renewing all my listings. And I'm probably going to put out a couple YouTube videos just about like when your business crashes and burns, because when you don't work for a couple months, it shuts down, like how I'm rebuilding. And so that's pretty much, what I've been focusing on. Thank goodness I have, other streams of income. I do UGC and things because I would be in big trouble right now with the reselling. I don't know about you guys, but reselling is getting harder and harder and harder. I've been doing it for 26 years on eBay, and this is the hardest I've ever had to work for money when it comes to reselling. So
I agree.
Could you explain a little bit of that? Like Angie's been in the game 25 years. So besides the break that you took because of your surgery, like why is reselling like the hardest it's ever been? In your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's multiple. Number one, people can't afford groceries, let alone buying extra things for themselves. There's always people that have money or whatever. But I firmly believe that if eBay doesn't do something soon to change their perspective with young people, that they could be in trouble. It's just my opinion. But people who, okay, Brendan, you're young, but the rest of us, oh, I guess Ray, you're kind of young too. Me and Joe,
we're the same age.
Yeah, me and Joe are a little bit older than you guys, and everybody our age used eBay. We grew up with eBay. It was new and fresh and all of those things when we were in our young 20s. Unfortunately, it is not equating with younger generations. Like they use other platforms, and so many of them would rather just go on Amazon and pay whatever the price is for that convenience of 2 days. So people are just not looking on places like eBay. And I went the other day to Ross. You know, if you're a clothing reseller, I was looking for sweaters for my daughter for her birthday. When the brand new with tag sweaters that are labeled $40 and $50, they're selling for $10.99 at Ross. How do we compete with that? With used clothes and using. So you really have to work much harder to find those treasures. And if you're doing clothing or other things, in my area, we can't find like those great people are casual here. I live in Florida. So you have to work just as hard for less money in order to be able to move those items. It's just so many things that have added up to making it much more difficult. And competition, there's a lot more competition in selling. People, young people are all about it now. I go to like Goodwill bins, and there are so many young people there, but they're selling on Depop and they're on Vinted, on other Facebook Marketplace.
Vinted.
One of the kids there does an Instagram live. And he shows like these grails, he finds t-shirts, and people like buy them live on Instagram. It's just a different scenario nowadays.
I feel like, I would try that, but I don't have a big enough following to be selling on Instagram live. Like, there's some stuff I would like to sell in there. Like I got a couple of vintage, hats and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't have nearly the big following to be doing that.
You just need to find one of the people that does do that, and then you can just sell it to them at a percentage. And
there you go.
Yeah. That's true.
I used to, the one time when I did go to FlipCon, it was FlipCon. I went to Steven Bearded Thrifts. We went to one of those Amazon return stores, and this was a good one. It was in I can't remember the place in North Carolina, but everything there was $10, which is for me is a little high. But everything there was good stuff. It wasn't like brown box. Maybe you know what's in it. Like everything, it looked like it was like shelf pulls from like Target or somewhere, like really really good stuff. So there was a kid there, had to be in high school, and what he does every week is that he goes in there and he finds stuff that he knows that other people are going to want to buy there. And so he goes in there with no money, and then he sells the items to the people that are buying the stuff in the store. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like he's not buying any of the items. He's selling the items to the people that are buying it to flip on eBay, which if he really wanted to, he can flip on eBay himself, but he just wants that quick cash.
That's that instant cash. I mean,
yeah,
exactly. Isn't that what people are doing? Whatnot.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring up that's just like Whatnot.
So I think that was brilliant to a point.
So how much is he making for items that he finds?
Well, whatever he sets the price. So,
Really?
like, for instance, if he ends up finding, I don't know, let's say for like a drone that's worth $100 on eBay, and he's like, hey man, do you want to buy this drone for $50, knowing that there's still meat on the bone, or 30 or whatever.
Sure. Okay. So
You
he's actually making some decent
He's-
money then.
but he's making, it's 100% profit because he's not even buying the item.
Right.
He literally is just finding it and handing it to someone else.
Handing it to somebody else, and they're paying him whatever, like a percentage of what it is.
And the store there lets him do that?
Yeah, they were that day. Well, I mean, It's not like he's like broadcasting. It's like, hey man, you know, like, who wants to buy this? Who wants to buy that? They know it's like, okay, kid, this kid's gonna find, you know, like the $200 Lego set, and then it's, you know, it's like, I'll buy it from you for $100, and you're still gonna make $100 off of it on eBay. Why not, all day long? So I thought that was brilliant, and just kind of like, I don't know, like, I see, and nothing against anybody, right? You know, people fall on hard times and situations or whatever, but you see people on the side of the road asking for money, when it's like, you can go in these stores and do the exact same thing, or go to the Goodwill bins and do the exact same thing. You find a banger shirt, you know, like that Goo Goo Dolls shirt that Brendan is wearing.
That shirt is amazing.
Thank you.
And you can just sell it to somebody there, straight cash, homie, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So, but I mean, Angie,
is that single stitch, Brendan?
No, it's a repro. I wish it was. Yeah.
Brandon.
I mean, what is your thoughts? I mean, do y'all think that eBay is being successful? I mean, I see like Bearded Picker. He's like, I sold $3,000 this week. I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
On eBay or on Amazon? Because he sells a lot on Amazon.
He's doing eBay. He's talking about he says he's doing very little Amazon now. And I'm just like, man, I'm doing something wrong here, because some people are still like super, super successful on eBay, but I'm finding it harder and harder.
Yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people are doing car parts now. I know several people that'll go to they'll have a list of, they'll do their homework, and they'll see what's consistently has a great sales through rate for what model and what cars, and they'll go to junkyards with their toolbox, and they'll take the parts out of that car. Like one of the things that sells really well are rear view, or the mirror flaps.
Really?
So it's like 2 bolts or whatever, and then they'll list them on eBay, and they sell for, like, depending on the model, right? And that's something that it'll break or whatever, and then it's just literally like 1 screw or 1 bolt, and then you can list it on eBay, or things like that.
If you're mechanical, that's a great idea.
Like if OEM parts that are still good, like, you know, like headlights of like beat up cars, you know, like my wife's car, you know, they get the oxidation on the headlights.
Yeah.
And instead of buying a new one, you can buy a used one on eBay, which the car could be totaled, but the headlight could still be good. You can sell that stuff on eBay. So I think a lot of people are switching to stuff like that. And I don't know, but I agree with you, Angie. But, you know, every year we say that eBay, the sky's falling for eBay, and it keeps chugging along. But I don't know. Like you say, it's a little different. They're not, I don't feel like eBay's doing enough to just kind of not get with the times, but just like pivot and become like a better, it's just like stale and stagnant.
They are the same platform that they were when they started. They haven't changed hardly anything. I mean, Amazon, I don't know if people know this, you guys. Do you know Amazon started as a bookseller?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they were just like lists of books. eBay did half.com to compete with them. And instead of pivoting, which is what eBay should have done, and seen, you know, the opportunities, Amazon was building their infrastructure and creating this beautiful site that, you know, is logistically amazing. And eBay is still the dang same clunky platform it was in 1998. And that's a problem. I mean, it really is.
I wonder why they do that. And you see businesses like today, I found out today, like GameStop, right? Like a lot of kids nowadays, they're not buying physical video games or going to the GameStop and buying video games, right? I do too, because we're old, right, Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
But they'll just download it on their gaming systems and put it on their storage. Today, literally as we're talking, you can go to most GameStops and they are now taking trading cards in that you can submit through PSA for grading. So you can take a regular card, because they've shifted to selling trading cards and sports cards at GameStop. But today they announced that you can take your ungraded card to GameStop and they will send it off to get graded for you at a fee. And the fee's cheap. For a sports card, it's $15.99, and for a TCG card, which is a trading card game, that's what that means, it's $13.99, which is the exact same cost as if you were to get it through PSA. But there is, like, if you do it yourself, it's a little finicky, and people get scared of sending stuff themselves. But that's a good way for GameStop to get traffic. And, the trading card market is booming right now. So they're not,
See, the reseller in me is like, who would just download the game when you could have the game, and then when you're done, resell it? You can't. It's cheaper.
That's the number one reason why I still buy physical.
It's no cheaper to buy the digital download. I'm like, you kids are crazy.
And it's almost it's the same price as a physical and the digital. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's one game, gosh, what's the name of that game? It just released maybe like a month ago on the PS5, and people hated it. It's like a shooting game, but it got like, what was it, Brendan?
Anthem or whatever?
No, it was like really woke. And so people like trashed it, and they pulled it off the shelves. And if you can find the physical copy, it's worth.
Yeah, I think it's called Anthem. I'm sure.
It's something. I think it's something else. I don't think it's called Anthem.
Let's see.
But I went to Target to try to buy one. I was like, hey, can I get that game? There was like two of them left, right? And at the time, I think they were going for like $100 on eBay. When they went to go ring it up, it says they couldn't sell it to me. They had to send it back to the manufacturer.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that sucks.
Because I looked for it. I'm like, man,
I know what you're talking about, because it was going for like double.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, but Joe, what do you think that eBay can do to just kind of rise from the ashes like a phoenix and become the big reselling platform that it used to be?
You're talking about Concord.
Yeah. Exactly. What are the sold comps on Concord right now, Brendan?
I'll give me a second. I'll get it. Let's see.
I'm not saying eBay's dead. I'm not, one of those doomsday people.
But it ain't
I just
looking
think
good.
Long term, they're going to have to make some changes in order to. They have us, our age bracket, a little bit younger, 10 years younger than us. They have us till we're in the grave because we've been using them for so long. I just worry about like kids, my kids' age in their 20s. They never buy anything on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
If you can get it,
none of their friends do either.
If you can get it new, still get it new. There's some. Well, I mean, they're all over the place, but I just saw one for
like 109,
99. Yeah. So I mean, that's still. You can't even find that game anymore, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
That's crazy.
So
it'll be one of those really weird games. Like, there's a bowling game for the N64 that's worth like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because I think it did something weird happen like that, and it's like one of the Grail games to get for the Nintendo 64. Do you know what it's called, Brendan? You're gonna look it up.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I know what you're talking about, though.
But yeah, Angie, I don't, like you said, I don't think it's dead. But if they don't do something now, it could die.
Super bowling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was called. Super bowling.
Yeah.
How much is it?
I'm looking right now. Let me see. So wow, really high. It sold like let's see if I can find not a repro.
Yeah, repros.
Man, I can't find any right now sold, but like I saw active listings of like 550.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what system was this for?
Nintendo 64. Yeah, like there's one cartridge only that was 525, one that was CIB, like with the manual and box, $1,600.
That's what it
Yeah,
looks like.
yeah. And the game's not even like there's nothing special. It's like just a bowling game. There's nothing crazy about it.
Yeah.
So,
Super Bowling. So be on the lookout, guys, for Super Bowling.
Mhm.
UFO is the
will.
manufacturer.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's one of the rarest for some reason N64 games.
I think it was made at the very end of the game cycle, like the system's life cycle. That's why. Because those games usually are the ones that are made right at the end before the new one comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're not even like I said, this one's not even like a good game, and they go for crazy money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But Joe, what can eBay do to fix itself?
I don't know what you can do to. I mean, you've got to somehow.
If you've
got to target
if they
the
called
young
you
people to try and get them to. I mean, I don't. You got to average. I don't know.
If they called Joe and said, Joe, your eBay store is doing fantastic. Would you like to become the CEO of eBay Incorporated?
Whoa.
They've asked
You'd
me
be
that.
like, money.
And you're like, deal. And your first order of business is you have to fix eBay. What is Joe doing?
They've already asked him before if he wants to be CEO.
Yeah, I politely turned them down. You know, I was a little busy with the game show a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Priorities.
Yeah. I don't. You somehow have to really target the young people. I mean, I don't know if it's just throwing ads at them to be like, okay, or I don't know. You throw me on the spot here. I wasn't thinking I was going to be CEO here now.
You're the CEO. You are the leader of the ship. You have thousands of people working for you. Their families' lives depend on you, Joe.
You're CE Joe.
Yeah, CE Joe.
CE Joe, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's like you have to.
You think they need to like
you look at Whatnot bringing in Post Malone. You need to bring in some of these young artists or young actresses, actors, and maybe hey, check out eBay. I got this awesome single stitch Goo Goo Dolls shirt.
Right.
Or I
can see that.
It's
what happened to
the content creators that people just watch all the time on TikTok and YouTube and whatever. It's those people that I think you got to talk to and be like, all right, what do you need to talk about us and make us good? I mean, that's the thing.
What happened to eBay Live?
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. We don't know how.
Did you?
Nobody knows. Yeah,
It just disappeared.
Wanted.
I keep
Missing.
getting notifications for eBay Live for sports cards. I sent Ray the link last week.
Yeah.
And they were doing it so stupid. They were like, okay, hey, we're going to do auction off this football team of the cards that we're going to open.
Mm-hmm.
Here's 10 seconds. There's 1,000 people. And it's like, just keep tapping the button, they said. Maybe you'll be lucky. And it's like, I gave up after 5 tries. I'm like, there's no way that you're going to get a chance to even 1,000 people and you have 10 seconds.
Right.
And it's like, oh, geez, look at these cards are like barely selling for like 80 cents. And I'm like, okay, at some point you've got to let it roll a little bit longer, especially when you have 1,000 people in it.
Right.
Like a minute or two or something.
It was just dumb how they were doing it. And it was like, oh, here's the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, wow, it sold for 79 cents. You get all these cards when we open them up. And
79 cents?
Yeah.
Like the team?
They started at
like
1
a
penny.
Box break.
They did 3 box breaks. They started at 1 penny.
Why?
And they're just like,
Doesn't make
I
any
don't
sense
know.
at 10 seconds.
Right.
Yeah,
10 seconds. That means everybody's getting a penny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hitting it as much as I can, and I didn't get a chance to even win.
But you could have bought a team for 79 cents.
And that's it too. They're like, okay, oh, so-and-so just won again. Are you a bot or are you real? Type in real in the chat. I mean, people were just complaining. They're like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
That sounds like a mess.
And it's just like, okay, where are these guys?
But again, the same thing. I think eBay would need a whole revamped platform, which they don't want to put the money into because they've
at the time.
When you have a broken old code and you just build from it and build from it, Amazon revamped theirs. eBay needs a whole revamp. But same thing with the lives. You can't go, you have to have it thought out. You need to have a plan for this, and that's not the plan.
Or just hire people from the platforms that are working.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, vice president of whatnot, would you like to come and lead the live department on eBay, and we'll pay you double your salary that you are on whatnot?
It's not like they don't have the money. They definitely do. So,
right.
But it's bad if it tells you anything. You know, eBay should be like behind Amazon. So it should be Amazon and then eBay for the second
they're definitely
highest
losing
thing.
market
You know
share.
what it is? You know what's number 2?
Poshmark.
TikTok.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think about
that. You guys
that.
still on TikTok?
I have
tried to, or
I tried to.
You tried to?
Yeah.
Angie does a lot.
Well, I'm a TikTok shop affiliate. So I make videos, and then you make commission if you sell any of the products. And people are making, some people are making so much money, it's ridiculous.
What's your biggest selling product?
Oh, I don't sell products on there. I just create videos for other people's products. So I make commissions when I sell their products for them.
What's your biggest commission item that you've sold?
The big, surprisingly, one night I went live on there for 2 hours selling crack corn. It's a popcorn. And I made $500 in 2 hours. Wow. And I didn't have a product. I didn't sell anything. I didn't ship anything.
Did you have it there with you?
They sent me free packages. So I talked about it, and it was on sale. And I was like, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Rinse and repeat saying the same things. 2 hours made $500. Wow. eBay's doing it wrong. I mean, people are killing it on other platforms. And the other thing is the fee structure. I mean, all these other platforms are like changing their fee structure, and eBay is still killing us with the fees. And people can complain, even Poshmark when they were 20%, but we weren't paying 20% on shipping.
Right.
Like eBay can say, oh, we charge 13% or whatever, but you're also charging us that on shipping and promoted fees on shipping and sales tax. My fees end up being like 35% if I do any promoted listings, and you have to, like, so it's it's just it's pretty much almost as much as Amazon fees at this point if you do promoted listings.
I have an idea.
Okay.
You talking about your video?
Come on, CE Joe.
You talking about your video? Talking about we can't do that with our items.
You can upload videos on eBay, right?
Right, but I can't do it on my phone. I have to go and record it, get it to my computer. I don't.
Not true. Go right here to CapCut.
Okay.
And CapCut can look at all my little videos there.
Yep, I see those. So now I have to still go somewhere else to set it up and then drag it back into eBay, right?
No, CapCut is an editing software. Right. So you record on CapCut. Yep. You edit on CapCut. You save it to your phone, and you can put it right on your eBay.
Oh, where do you put it on your eBay at, though?
It's in the photos. Like, it's right after the photos.
You can upload the videos instead of a photo.
But see, that's the thing. You got to go to somewhere else. I mean, let's just have it on the
and that would only be good if you had a bunch of one item. One item, it's not going to help you, I don't think. But like, I do videos for Amazon that it goes right on the product. So I have a table and chairs. If people go to that listing, they can see my video for the table and chairs. And if they click on my video, I make a commission from them selling.
How many videos do you have on there now on Amazon?
600.
Okay. I just started. I only have
crap, Angie, that's a lot.
I just started, so I only have like 15. So I just started with the
Oh, you just started?
AIP,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, some of mine are terrible because like they do promotions. Last year I did a promotion where you had to compare 2 items. We are totally getting off subject at this point.
Could you
do this every week.
A little bit? Can you
This
explain
is the
a little bit what UGC is for the people that
Oh,
may not
okay.
know?
I started, Scott Cha-Ching King told me about Amazon Influencer. I knew about like you can put something and have a link like as an affiliate. Like if I use tape, I could say on my YouTube, hey, here's the tape I use with a link and I make money off of that.
Mm-hmm.
He said there's another program, it's called Amazon Influencer, where you make videos and it goes right onto Amazon. So if you go to scroll to the bottom, those are Amazon influencers, or sometimes at the top. A lot of the videos, if they're not the brand, they're people like me who make videos. And then if anybody clicks on my video, watches 30 seconds, and then they buy the item, I make a commission off of it. It's not huge commission, but there are products that can sell hundreds of times if they
Like
watch
popcorn.
your video, but last year they had an incentive. You compared 2 items, and I wasn't going to do the incentive, but somebody said, oh no, grab pens of every kind, do a little video for pen A, pen B, pen C, all the way down, 11 of them, and then just compare 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. So it was like all these videos, but it didn't take that long to make them all. And I made $11,000.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
And this year you had to do, it wasn't as good, but you had to promote items like one was like office supplies under $10, and you made $50 per video. So I'll get paid next month $3,500 just for saying, yeah, this Pilot G2, love it. It works great, doesn't smear.
G2 is a great pen.
Yeah, but I mean, it's, and all the videos had to be under 30 seconds. So they do have great promotions. So once you get going, you'll get invited to like do promotions and do them because the money is crazy and people are worried they won't get paid. I got paid $11,000 last year. No questions asked. This year I'll get the 3,500. No problem. But then once you start doing it, Brendan, I go on like other platforms like Fiverr.
I was going to ask if you did join brands.
Join brands is terrible. Do Incense, it would be better.
Okay.
But honestly, once you've done some videos, go on Fiverr because people will pay you. They'll send you your product. They'll pay you like $50 to make a video, and then you make commission.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, other brands would send me messages and say, hey, we want you to do a video for us, but not on Amazon. We're going to use it for our own advertising. Well, those pay a lot more because you're giving them rights to use your video. So one of the biggest ones I do is PapMD. It's this mouth tape. They're sending me another one to start doing it. Well, I do like a couple, some B-roll where I'm laying in the bed or I'm tossing and turning, whatever, $400 to do that. It's like so easy. So, and it's fun to do it. It's like create a creative outlet. I do and you get tons of free stuff. Now, the thing I haven't been able to break into is the money on the TikTok shop. My brain is not wired to the young audience of how to capture them in 12 seconds. So I'm still figuring that out, but that's another place that they send you tons of free stuff and you make commissions off of all the stuff you sell. Truly, guys, if it wasn't for that, I don't know how I'd be supporting my family because reselling is not cutting it right now for me. So all of the other things that I'm doing is definitely, I'm a hustler. So I do whatever works. We all do have little side jobs or whatever. Mine is doing the videos for other.
Yeah.
Incense. INSENSE. Incense.
Okay. All right.
Really, that's I get most of my jobs from there. And the other place that I would recommend, it costs money. I think it's $50 a year, but it's Backstage. Backstage used to be just for actors to get jobs, but they have a whole content creation section now. So way off subject. I am so sorry. This is the reselling channel.
We do this every week.
it's all I mean, you're hustling, Angie. This is, I mean, I'm sure people would love to make a video and make $400 instead of having to get up at 4 a.m. and go to the Goodwill bins or go to the garage sales or whatever and do a video where I consistently can get a commission from that I'm only doing once. You know, I mean, that's amazing. Which
well, you figure if you want to make $52,000 a year, $1,000 a week, you know, I could go get a job, but then I'd be gone an hour commute. I'd be gone 9 hours a day, essentially. And then be tired, have to deal with someone's boss, or I could do some videos during the week that people pay me for. And then I still have my own time. I still have freedom. I still have all the things that I want to do. And the cool thing is, men are needed. Like, men don't do UGC. You know who also doesn't? Women over 50. That's me.
There you go.
And so there is a huge need for men in UGC because all the men products, men don't think to do UGC.
Yeah.
And older women, there, you know, for every one of me, there's 50 20-year-olds.
Somebody made money.
Yeah, right.
I know. I just sold something for $11. Whoopty. But
nope.
It's a good way to supplement reselling because it's still kind of in that same game. And the other thing I'm doing now is I have a YouTube channel, Reviews by Angie. And so when I put that video up on Amazon, I'm also putting it up on the YouTube and with an affiliate link. So if anyone clicks on there, and the cool thing about the affiliate links on YouTube, guys, if anyone buys anything after they click on your link, you get commission for it.
Right.
Even if it's not the product that I have a treadmill. I said, it's not really great, but I'm hoping they'll click on it. And if they buy another treadmill, I'll get a commission off of that. I mean, it really, so for me at this point in my reselling is I am doing multiple things, multiple streams of income to come up to. So, and all the free products I get, you resell all those. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of like great. It's a great way to make extra money. Even if you do it just a few hours a week to get started, it's worth it. And if anybody has questions, they can let me know because I've been doing it for about 1.5 years, but I owe it all to Scott Cha-Ching King. He's the one who got me started. He's the one who even told me about it. I would have never known.
That's awesome. Well, we'll make sure to put all your contact information down in the description below. So if you want to send Angie a DM or anything like that, give her a holler. I know that this desk that I'm currently sitting in, I did a video for on TikTok, probably like 2021, and they sent me this desk, and I got paid money to do it, and that's before they had like TikTok Shop or anything like that. 30 seconds video.
The crisscross chair. Got that for free.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a $75 chair. I just had to do, and this was TikTok. So
see, I had like at one time I probably had as many as like 15 items to review in TikTok, and I only have like 1 or 2 coming because like either they were just like barely at any of them had sold, or like it was like women's stuff, which obviously I can't. It was like women's clothes, like I'm not gonna wear that and review it. I mean, but I won't.
Good.
So I got like
take products that you can't.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to review products like, because let's face it, no woman is buying it for you showing it. So you know,
that's true.
You pick products that work for you. For me, like they're like, oh, we have supplements for menopause. We have, you know, we have this like products made for women that are older. So they're like, heck yeah, we want you to like do all, you know, all this stuff. But TikTok is, if you're just starting on TikTok and you wonder why, there's a sample section. Once you get approved, everyone declines you. So what you do is you put some items that you personally want, your family wants, your mom wants, say, don't buy it and let me put it in my showcase. Let's you buy it or a family member buy it off here. You'll make a little commission, but then it improves your stats. Once you hit $300 in sales, that seems to be the magic number. $300 in gross value. of what you sold, all of a sudden those free samples open up for you and people will start sending you all kinds of stuff. So even if you got to buy the products yourself, and there are several places that you can go. The key with TikTok, I think, is buying viral products that are really selling really well. And get, maybe even buying a couple of those so you can review. And most people are doing anywhere from 3 to 10 videos per product that's doing really well.
Wow.
And then doing a video, like you can start, like they've a multivitamin. You start showing it.
I bought a multivitamin on TikTok last week.
Yeah. So you start doing multivitamins, like talk about it. And then when it goes on flash sale, you say now, buy now. Like you explained, now's the rush. Go right this second. It won't be this deal. I've been telling you about it for weeks. This is the chance. Get it today. And that is what people will buy from. So TikTok is a little bit different in that you have to put the work in. And I have so many other things going on. It's harder for me, but some people literally are making $100,000 a month.
Wow.
Sell, and they don't ever have they don't own products. They don't sell anything.
Right.
So
that's kind of why I'm getting to UGC. I think I always like resell to a point, but like UGC, especially with AI, like the Amazon influencer program, there's so much money in that. And it's like, I don't have to.
I've been trying to get Joe to do it for a while.
I know.
Yeah, Joe.
But it's like,
I would buy so much stuff from Joe. Look at him. Look at him. Give us a little smile, Joe.
Joe is very relatable. That's why I thought he would be perfect for it.
Just your middle-aged, stone cold looking white man.
Stone cold.
So no, but it's like you're selling stuff, but you don't have the actual product. You don't have to sit on anything. Like it's I don't know. And then the more you do, the more videos you do, the more you're gonna make. So,
Angie, would you ever do that like full time and quit doing everything else, like reselling on eBay?
I'll never stop doing reselling because it's my love. I've done it for so long. I would love to lower my inventory. Right now I only have 2,500 on eBay, but I would love to get to where I have half of that. But pretty much already I do UGC. Like I do an auction on YouTube every single Saturday. So that, and I do UGC, and then eBay is now my side gig. Like, I'm still a full-time reseller because I kind of feel like the UGC is kind of reselling. We're reselling other people's things.
Yeah.
It's still in that same vein. And then the products that I get, I resell. So it kind of goes hand in hand. And I really think when you have like a perspective of a reseller, you know what people are looking for when they want to buy something. So it really just meshes together really, really well. And Brendan, I think it's great that you're doing it. I had no idea that you were, but yeah, it truly has changed my life. If it wasn't for UGC, I would be working a job because I wouldn't be able to support myself. I don't have a spouse or anything, and I support me and mom. I do it all. So if I don't sell or do UGC, we don't eat. So it makes it so that I can still do this rather than going and working full time for someone else.
Yeah.
And
this is what I see with you, Angie. I see you like even getting more in depth in this and like having a bigger YouTube channel showing people how to do that, and even like creating, here's the curse word for the day, courses or videos to help people, like coaching. You know what I mean? And making money
I've
off
heard people
of that.
say that I should do like a UGC course, but
or just like
I've
like
always been
coaching. Like the consignment chat girls, like the Patreon for $15 a month. You get 10 minutes with us each and every morning to help you along. You're, kind of like the same thing.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. So I mean,
I would more likely do it for free because I'm not a big paying, you know, I've always, and that's kind of why I haven't done a lot, besides having surgery and all that kind of stuff. I haven't done a lot on YouTube because I feel like my journey is quite different than most everyone else's. And I don't know how it would relate, how, I'm not Kevin Commonwealth Picker, where his whole life is reselling and, his family. Mine has kind of moved away from that. So I do more, I think, content creation now than I do reselling. So, it's just, I just don't know how to make that happen on YouTube. And maybe I just need to do it and see how people respond. But I just don't know if resellers would be interested in learning about that.
Well, maybe not even resell, just people, like you said, like creating maybe even a whole separate channel on how to do what you're doing. Like, let us know about Fiverr, how to get that set up. Let us know about Backstage and how to get that set up. Let us know about incense. I'm trying to incense,
not incest.
I know. And getting that set up, and like you said, like helping out, answering emails and making sure things are legit and not like some random dude in China that just wants your feet pics, And,
and surprisingly, there's a whole lot of people in China, so that you get most of the UGC jobs and stuff that I get are from Asia.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Sometimes there's language barriers and stuff, and the translation doesn't come across great or whatever. But it is, you have to learn the ins and outs of it. But it's so much fun. It's kind of funny to me, like how reselling used to be, like, that rush that you get. I get that now doing the videos and stuff where it keeps me motivated to keep on doing all the things because I'm excited about doing that again, which is great, because let's face it, reselling is lonely and can get pretty stagnant. Once you do the same thing for half your life.
How lonely are you, Joe?
What's that?
How lonely are you?
He has a wife and a daughter there, though.
I'd like to.
But
that's why we're gonna have a slumber party at Joel's to keep him company.
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't. He just found out right now.
Yeah. Next summer.
When? Just tell us when. We'll be there.
Next summer when the pool's up, at least.
There you go.
I can be your cabana boy.
Yeah.
I love it.
All of you.
All of us.
Nice.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But Angie, I think that's amazing that you've like pivoted into that, which eBay needs to do something. What if eBay, Joe, and I'm like one of your chairmen on your board here, they need like you said, Joe, they need to rebrand, like start paying these celebrities. And what if they had a section of, like, they called it like live selling or something, where it's just like Angie was saying, like, use UGC videos, but for other items that are on eBay that you can make for your own store or something else, or you can get a commission from somebody else's store or something like that, where it's like TikTok, where you're just scrolling. It's like this video game, bowling, super bowling, or buy this, or just, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But just something to where people can stay on the platform longer.
I think like a lot of it, man. Like you said, you guys were saying that they hasn't really changed anything. I think they're just riding off like the name recognition alone.
Mm-hmm.
Just and they're kind of like the thing with eBay is they're kind of like an everything seller, as if with like Depop they offer like vintage and like, I mean, Depop's kind of expanding now, but like they're mainly in like vintage and like, I don't know, like expensive, like what do you call it, designer brands and stuff like that. Whereas eBay, you can get like, you go get like a key fob or something like that out there or whatever.
Right. Rather than you guys be CEOs, y'all should just create a new eBay, less fees, make it like 5% for people to sell flat, no store subscriptions, nothing like that.
Yeah,
and
that's what you
just make it more like intuitive, like Amazon with the pictures and like the categories and stuff, you could kill it.
We'll run out of the basement of Joe's work.
There you go.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, you know what?
Like
If somebody
Amazon
actually came up and tried to like, I mean, Macari did such a terrible job. They had tried, but
Macari's awful.
yeah.
Is Macari's like a overseas company, isn't it?
I don't use them anymore.
Are they like in Japan or Singapore or something like that?
I only use it because like with Vendu, it takes like 15 seconds to list on there. That's the only reason I still use it.
I just don't know how to buy stuff on Macari. Like I go on there and I Google something and it's like, is this sold? Is it not sold? Like,
and now all the fees you got to pay I don't understand.
You got to pay to buy something. You got to pay twice.
You got to pay the fees.
Yeah.
Like same thing with
Poshmark.
The
fees onto the buyers. I don't know. That's weird.
Could you imagine if eBay did that one day? It would die.
Yeah, that would be
the end of it.
Well, Poshmark is doing that now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like most of these reselling platforms are going to that business model, which is like, why?
And speaking of sellouts, StreamYard sold out.
Bro, don't get me started.
$44 a month?
More than that, Angie. Don't get us started on StreamYard. As you can see here, we're still paying for it, but I don't know how long it's gonna last till we quit paying for StreamYard. But I looked into some other companies, which I need to look in harder. But StreamYard, I got a bone to pick with you. You done pissed me off, StreamYard.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It went from $25 a month to $44 a month overnight because they sold out. I was
paying $19.99.
I was paying $12.99, I think, something like that.
Somebody said EV Mux and Restream.
Restream. That's one of the ones that I was looking at, wasn't it, Joe?
Yeah. And they're both. Here's my point. Okay, I'm feel strongly about it because I'm clapping.
Yeah, come on now.
Okay, I understand if your competition is at $40, $49, but when your competition is still at $20 and $25, what makes you think you're so great that you're now worth $44 a month?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it.
It's called greed. It's greed. Just greed.
You get people hooked on
one more month because I'm hoping that these other companies will have a Black Friday sale.
There's one company that I was looking that if you come over from StreamYard, you get like a percentage off. I can't remember what it was though. But
well, if you remember, let me know.
When did they raise the price? Like when did this happen?
When was it, Joe?
It was the beginning of October because I got the notification or I looked. Oh, I was looking at I'd flipped that bank account. I'm like, $45. I'm like, what? And we're not even doing a game show right now. And I'm like, what? Because we were going to cancel it or suspend it again because we had suspended all summer.
Right.
And we forgot to do September's. And then like, okay, we'll do it in September. And then we forgot to, now I looked at me. But I reached out to StreamYard, and apparently you can get your refund within 7 days of when you got billed and charged. So I got my money back. And then they're like, yep, you're free. We're not charging you. You're just free, which is going to be hard. I mean, if we want to do a game show again, we don't make any money on it. I'm like, now we got to drop $45 just to put on a game show.
No, that's insane.
No. So
evidently,
you need all of those extra features, and it's just like, well.
So are all the competitors at 20, 25 around there?
Yeah.
Really?
What is Riverside?
Yeah, the EV Mux is even less, from my understanding. EVMUX, and then Restream is right at $25 a month.
What is Riverside?
It's less if you pay for a whole year, but it's I think $25 if you do it monthly.
And are there perks like on StreamYard that the other ones don't have that they think they can charge more? Or
no, Restream actually has way more features. Restream allows you if you want to like get fancy and incorporate OBX for like advanced users. You can do that with Restream. You can't with StreamYard. I mean, there's nothing StreamYard has that the as a matter of fact, StreamYard you could have less people on than you can with Restream or the EB Mux. So
it looks like we're
y'all are
Restream.
about to ruin your business, StreamYard. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah,
man,
they'll go back. So did they get bought out by a different company? Was that the reason why it went up?
I think it was like kind of independently by like 2 guys who created it, and they sold out over the summer.
Oh,
cashed out.
Gabe was his name.
Gabe, get it together, Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe.
So Restream for $16, you get 3 channels, no watermark in studio, and AI generated clips soon. So, but no studio and full HD. See, I don't know what all this stuff means. I'm gonna have to.
StreamYard doesn't have full HD. You have to pay extra for that.
The paid one is like you up to 1080p. Now it is. Mm-hmm. That's one of the perks that they give. We'll go ahead and give you this.
But check out Restream because I think they have 1080p
capabilities.
You can pretty much do unlimited per month, like streams. That's the other, like a lot of them, like StreamYard, the free version, you can only do so many hours a month.
Recorded though, right? Or even
no, even live. I don't have anything recorded, and they said, "Oh yeah, you ran out of free with one auction," and they said you have to pay now. I'm like, $44. I'd paid for years, but from my surgery, I stopped it because I'm like, I'm not going to be doing anything for a couple months. So, yeah,
that's crazy.
So if anyone has another suggestion for an alternative, please put it in because we're all still looking.
Mm-hmm. Because I mean, yeah, I don't know.
We'll just go live on Facebook, something like that.
So I know I can do it with, I know how to use OBS, but I don't know how to bring in people in there, which I can do like way more stuff on there, and OBS is completely free.
See, that's what Ray Good Games Grab told me when we had him on the game show. He's like, you guys should think of, because you could do party things,
you could do everything,
all kind of stuff, like when somebody wins and whatever, and we're like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, we're figuring out already StreamYard right now. We don't want to try and change that, while we're, so
we need to talk to him and see if we can figure something out. Because
what does he use it for?
OBS?
No.
What does Ray use it for?
Yeah, what does Ray use it?
He incorporates it in his whatnots too. So he'll have things happen.
I've done a whatnot with OBS.
Have you?
It's just it's a little laggy. And that could be an issue on my side where like the settings and stuff, like I'll talk and it's just like a little, just enough to like bug me,
annoy you. Yeah.
Yeah. But I had overlays and I can use like a fancy camera and like all this stuff. And, but it's just really easy. It's a lot easier just to do it from your phone,
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, for sure.
But
so what are you guys gonna go with? What service are you gonna go with instead of StreamYard?
I don't know. I just started looking into it because it just kind of happened.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Do you think I should wait and see about Black Friday sales? Because it's only a month. I'd have to pay one more month.
Right. You could.
I would.
You're just gonna have to make another UGC video to pay for it.
Yep.
What if you make a UGC video for a streaming software and they give you the streaming software for free?
Done. I might reach out to a couple and see.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, right now is when they need to be advertising, because I'm sure we're not the only ones not happy with StreamYard.
Oh, dude. Right. I'm sure there's a whole Reddit thing.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's just like pissed off.
Mm-hmm. Reddit has everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say that that's kind of the deal I have with Vendu. I comment on stuff on Reddit and I get it for free. So
Vendu
nice.
wants me to do. I have to do videos for them this month.
Oh,
they have
really?
some cool features coming out.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. First thing that I pulled up, I googled StreamYard and Reddit. This is the post that says, StreamYard sucks. Is Riverside a better option? So use I'll read this later. But Angie, so redirecting the conversation from
sorry,
StreamYard.
I've like totally monopolized.
No, you're fine.
So you're the guest.
You're the guest.
So you're the guest.
You're the guest. So
you'll be back.
Angie, you said, and this is great because sometimes life happens and your reselling business can take a turn for not necessarily the worst, but not the best.
Yeah.
And so you're in that position. What are some of the things that you're doing just to kind of pivot or steer that ship around for you to start making more money and all that stuff? Because you never know what's going to happen. You know, Joe can fall, bust his Achilles, and he won't be able to source.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Let's.
I don't have to
knock
source.
on wood.
Joe hoards all summer. Joe hoards all summer.
I hoarded all summer, so I'm good for a while. But
how much?
You know what I mean? So like,
how much
what
unlisted stuff do you have, Joe?
I think for me, I went back onto eBay and realized that I had listings that were over a year old. So I went and updated all of every single listing, ended and sold similar, and lowered the price on that crap. I mean, if it's been there a year, let's lower the price. And
get rid of it.
I do sales. So every single week I run a sale. And when I really was coming back, what's that?
What % off do you do for the sale?
Minimum of 10% off. Now, I will tell you the secret, and I learned, 10% is not really a sale for me. So sorry if you buy things from me. But I automatically price my items 10% higher than I want. So I'm always running at least 10% because it's psychological.
Right.
But then what I do is like clothing. I just have a ton of clothes. So I will do sales like up to like 30%. Usually I do only 20%. And here's why. I have best offers on all of my stuff. So at 20%, that still gives me an ability to send even 5% or 10% offer to them. And the other thing that I do is I kick up the promoted. For clothes, it is so oversaturated, and I hate giving eBay money like that. But like with clothing, people are doing 10, 12, 15%. I can't get myself to do more than 10% because I'm like, yo,
that's so much. That's so much. I have never promoted anything ever on eBay.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
I have.
I am so against it. I would rather drop the price down than promote the item.
When it's a fast seller, say you have there's like 700 active, and maybe like 1,400 sold, but there's 700 active. I'll promote it at like 2%, just to get it a little higher.
Low 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing way higher. I do clothing at like 10%, and everything else at like 5%.
And do you find that works?
And it does give me way more sales. But here's the other thing that I do. I've been finding that when I have stuff on sale, the last 24 hours, people are buying like crazy. It's like they see the sale is going off. So I'm going to start doing it so a sale ends every other day. And I'm going to like put it on my calendar. Okay, I got to restart. So that the psychology of you got to buy it now because the sale's going to go off. It's the same, it's that mentality for everybody. So I think I'm going to start doing that because I find that the last day people are buying like crazy. Like they want to get that sale. So I'm going to do that. And you got to list. I mean, people could say whatever they want, but eBay, if I'm not listing, they're not showing my stuff. So you don't have to list every day. I don't think there's any rule that said if you miss a day, the world's going to come to an end. But do you need to list consistently every week? Yeah. You need to be putting stuff on there eBay needs and sending the offers and all that kind of stuff. I did try to do a 40% off sale of clothing that was old. but then I turned off best offers. But my problem is when something comes in where you can send an offer, I want to send an offer.
Yeah.
So that's why I end up not really doing more than 20%, because by the time then I pay the promoted and then send them another offer, pretty soon I'm making nothing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my things. It's just unfortunately you just got to jump in and get the work done. It's not glamorous. People think reselling is just so let's go. It's
Absolutely
a lot of
not.
sitting in your chair with a big old tote of crap than getting it on there.
Big IKEA bag full of crap.
I've listed a ton of stuff since the end of August, and my sales have just all summer was just slow because I was just going to garage sales and we were just busy all summer.
Yeah.
And since I've just been listing, it's just like, okay, wow, I've got, because the post office was closed. I mean, I have a ton of packages I got from over the weekend, and the whole weekend was slow until Sunday, and Sunday was just like, what the heck is going on? eBay got turned on Sunday or something for me. I'm like, what?
How much stuff
here's
did you?
A little tip for everybody. If you have listings older than 6 months, eBay's not showing them to anyone. They, as a matter of fact, when I started using Vendu, which I love Vendu, by the way, okay. When I started using Vendu, they could not find half of my listings. It took 10 days for them to find all the listings because eBay had hidden them. Because I had listings that were as old as 2 years old, but anything over anything within 6 months, immediate, it was transferred over. Then it was like this trickle in. So if your listings are not on there, and it takes 10 days for all of your listings to show up, what are you doing? Get those things delisted and relist. Like you should not have a single item older than 6 months, in my opinion.
Right.
Is that one of your? Let's move into a segment I just made up off of my top of mind. All right. Angie's keys to eBay success. What are the three things that you can do to improve your eBay sales, Angie? And I'll ask Joe and I'll ask Brendan as well. So you guys start thinking. Or whoever wants to go first. 3 things that you can do to improve your eBay sales. Hey, we're in the 4th quarter. Now's the, we work all year for this. Now it's time to get listed. Now it's time to get, no, Angie?
I've never been a 4th quarter seller. People do great in 4th quarter if you sell new stuff. I don't sell new stuff. Most of my stuff is used. And so typically 1st quarter is better for me because people all of a sudden have Christmas money, tax return money. They don't have to worry about buying holiday gifts for everybody else. So they're more apt to buy stuff for themselves. But as far as things to make the eBay business better.
3 things.
Sell less clothing, more hard goods.
Yes.
See,
really?
I sell a lot of clothing. I don't know, like but I do. And I don't know.
Clothing is great, but you can't, unless you're very lucky and live in one of these bougie towns with bougie brands, like you live in Denver, Colorado, or somewhere like that. Clothing, what you're going to make on them is low. So, selling hard goods, I think that the same amount of time invested in clothing, your return on investment will be significantly higher on hard goods. Personally, just because I can't get great brands of clothing and things, plentiful clothing are so plentiful, but if you can find hard goods, if you haven't yet incorporated hard goods into your mix, definitely add that. I think there's a lot less sellers doing that, and you will make more money and faster return.
Just to interrupt you for a sec, Angie, just to piggyback on what you're saying, I think selling clothing as well, there's a lot of friction there because even if one thing that I've always noticed is like clothing is like beauty is in the eye of the beholder with clothing, right? So like some people think that like let's take like a regular Polo Ralph Lauren polo. Some people think it's like, oh man, this is awesome. It's going to sell super quick. People love Polo Ralph Lauren polo. That's not necessarily the case. I mean, it'll sell eventually, but it's not like it's something like super fancy, super expensive that people
oversaturated.
Are exactly. Yeah. So, and then also the sizing.
Yeah.
Your net gets smaller and smaller because of the sizing. With hard goods, it's like anybody can buy this Super Bowling for the Nintendo 64. Not everybody's going to buy this triple X size tall black Polo Ralph Lauren polo. You know what I mean? Which
one of us
probably is a good size because it's a bigger size.
I was going to say one of us better find that game now that we're talking about it so much.
I know, right? But
right.
But I think there is a lot of friction there, and people don't know. Like they think like a brand, like you always have to be up to date with like the brands and the trends and stuff if you sell clothing. You can't be stagnant. You know, like for instance, like Supreme, the brand Supreme used to be like hot. Now you can go on the Supreme's website and they still have stuff listed that you can buy directly. You know, so it's not as hot. You know, like Jinko jeans, you know, that's like the hot thing. You know, women is going back and buying bell-bottom jeans, high, you know, and low-rise 2000s women's jeans. So it's like you gotta like stick with the trends and figure out what's going on. Go to the mall and just people watch and see what people are wearing. Like dad sneakers, like New Balances and like ugly old like Nikes are outselling like Air Jordan 1s and Air Jordan 4s and like all these Air Jordans that used to be like money like 6 months ago. Now people are wearing all white New Balances.
You can get
like grandpa
those
shoes.
Get those at Kohl's.
Yeah,
you
which
know?
is like it's crazy, like the trends. So I just wanted to piggyback off of that, Angie. But go ahead, give us another key to success.
Rather than say the standard things like what you can do on your eBay, I think one of the best things you can do is tell people what you do. Don't be afraid to tell people what you do because the contacts you can make. I mean, I used to, years ago, you didn't tell anyone you sold on eBay because that was like a cuss word. Sin. You know, people literally didn't want to sell to you if you were a reseller. How dare you do something like that? Now reselling is an everyday occurrence for everyone. Everyone resells. So if you tell people, talk to them, I resell, I do eBay, whatever. People, a lot of times, if they want to get rid of things, they have collections or whatever, they'll reach out to you. So you may make contacts with people that can be your next best thing that you're selling. So don't be afraid to put it out there. And third thing, like, don't be emotionally attached to your items. Someone gives you a good offer, just because you think the value is $70, if someone offers you $50, think long and hard. Do you want this item sitting in here if they don't take my $60 offer? Or can I have $50 in my pocket and take that offer today? Take the offer.
Yep. That was one of mine.
Okay.
All right,
I was trying to be like not the standard list.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say don't pick up the junk stuff. Like, I mean, I'm going through some of the stuff that I've had when I first started a few years ago, and I'm like, why I haven't listened.
Why did I buy this?
Right.
Yeah.
But at the time, I'm like, oh, this, was a good thing on eBay. Check the sell-through rate on the stuff because, I look at it now and I'm like, okay, well, I guess this is going to where a Goodwill or thrift store, or I don't even know what I'm going to do with some of this stuff that I've found from years ago that I haven't even listed yet. Yes, Brendan, I do have a lot of stuff that I haven't listed yet.
We all do.
Get that Pillsbury Doughboy stuff listed.
It is? Yeah. I'm waiting for you to buy that Pillsbury clock that I have.
Dude, you never told me. You didn't give me the go-ahead. I didn't know.
It's been there for a while.
Oh, man. Kind of need that in my life.
I know.
But I was going to say that some with clothes.
Did you do 3? Sorry, I wasn't keeping count.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I don't know.
I think he did one.
I don't know.
One. You need two more, Joe.
I was
What else?
piggybacking off of Angie's.
Okay, all right. And give me one more. Give me one more. Give me one.
Actually, list because I
There
didn't
you
list
go.
all summer, and my sales were slow. And then now that and it's just a few a day sometimes, but sometimes I can have time to do 20 a day.
What he said.
But I also save draft for the weekend because I don't list during the weekend because Nicole's home and we're doing stuff, and I can let's just list 5 of those drafts, and
And if you can't list, edit. Change your prices for a couple items. Do something so that
something's going on. Can I ask you guys a question real quick? Do you guys have like a particular way that you list stuff, or like I'm trying to like the word, like a routine, or not a routine. What's the word? Like a certain way that you do things,
process?
A certain way that you live, a process. Thank you, Brenda.
That's the word.
Process.
Like the process, because a lot of clothing sellers, like shout out to Dixon Pickens, he's got like he's got a process. Like everything, like he is not like you were saying, Angie, he does not care what the item is. It's a process. It's an item. It's a thing. It's just, I'm listing $300 today or $200. Like, do you list money wise? Do you list item amount wise? Like, is there do you guys have a process, or do you just put on like Return of the Jedi and just kind of like list how many?
I just put on music. I put on Google Docs.
I can't watch TV and try and do it. I mean,
I can't
really.
Yeah, I can't either.
Yep.
I do that.
I have to
put on like a
listen to
sitcom.
podcasts.
Oh,
because if
I can't do that because I just zone out doing my stuff, and then I'm like, wait, what did they just say in the podcast?
Yeah.
I just missed 10 minutes of
Well,
something.
mine is always true crime, like serialistly or whatever. So I'm a true crime junkie, so that's like kind of cool. But if I have it on like 48 hours, I'm listening, and pretty soon I'm like this.
Exactly.
And I'm like, an hour has gone by and I've like done nothing but have my hands on the keyboard.
So do you guys have a process that you like pull stuff and list this many items or list this amount of money wise?
No.
I don't do money wise.
Yeah, I just list as much as I can.
Yeah.
Just like in the given amount of time that you have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I actually wish I had a more set, like I do this many a day. I think that is much more efficient. But what I tend to do is, I'm going to list today. Oops, I didn't list today. So now I have to do 40 or 50 items today to try to make up for the day or two before. My system is terrible. But doing 10 a day or whatever, 5 or 10 a day is better, I think, than doing 50 all at once, because it just keeps you active. But I think either way, as long as you are active every week, I think you're good.
Do you aim to do 50 like a week, Angie? Like, it sounds like that's what.
Oh, I aim to do way more than 50 a week.
Okay.
It hasn't happened. In the past, lately it's been because I've been recovering, but I kind of would like to do at least like 120 a week.
Okay. I'm always interested in people's processes on listing, because I see, the people that are really like, this is my like job. They, they have like, the big timers. They got like a warehouse where they go. The first thing they do is they see what's sold and they pull the items and they do the shipping, and then they get everything ready to list, and they list and maybe ship some more, and then they call it a day, and it's not like this long stretched out task that takes up like, I'll list one here before my lunch, and I'll do this here, and I'll do this here. Like, these people. Okay,
so what do they do with the rest of their day?
That's my question. Go home. They go home, or
they do.
What do
people do when they go home? See, I work doing something in between. From the time I get up till the time I go to bed, I'm doing something on the computer. I don't know how people just sit around and like watch TV and do nothing else. I can't even process that.
A lot of people do that, Angie.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I can't. I'm like, I'm always doing something.
I hear you. I feel bad. I feel like guilty if I'm not doing something.
Yeah.
That's why.
Once in a while, we'll sit on the couch and once in a great while, and we'll watch a movie together. And then we're like, okay, back we go to our like things that we
watching
do.
a movie, like if, for instance, like that's quality. Like me and my wife, if we watch like Seinfeld or something, it's like quality time, right? So we're like watching a movie that we both like want to watch. It's quality time. But some people just, that's all they do. They I don't know, veg out and just forget about all their problems and their things they have to do. But for the people that really do eBay like hardcore, they go and do other stuff, things that they want to do, like a hobby or edit videos or do something, I don't know. Brendan, what about you? Do you have your whole work day, like the whole day, or do you do certain things, or how do you do it?
I usually try to do it I don't know, even when I get done, I think I'm done, and then I'll be sitting down or whatever, and then I'll have ideas racing through my head, oh, maybe I should do this or change that, or and then I was it's never even if I'm sitting down, it's not like I'm just not doing anything. It's just
your brain.
I'm always yeah. Especially when I'm trying to go to sleep, and it's man, now you want to do this at this time,
I mean, I have lists upon lists upon I just am constantly thinking of things and that I got to do. But isn't editing videos, that's still work. It's fun work. It's the work you enjoy.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of in your work field.
I think so. When your hobbies are making you money like that, that's the ultimate goal, right?
Right.
That's why
I guess UGC is kind of my hobby, but it's my work too, because I love doing it.
So do you feel like eBay is more of a job than your
eBay is definitely creation? More of a job.
It's a time consumer.
But people think that, let me rephrase that, because UGC, people think, oh, you just make a little video, oh, cute. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of times they give you scripts and things you kind of have to follow. It's a lot of editing. It's a lot of meeting deadlines. And, people have this idea that you just make little videos and it can be great. And if you're doing it just as an Amazon influencer and, that's it, but you even need to commit to that, a certain amount in order to be successful and start making money. So I'm always envious of people who can turn off the work brain. I've never been able to do that.
That's because you're a natural entrepreneur. I'm sure
and
people
the ADD kind of issue. I can't sit still. I'm always so envious. I kind of feel like Nicole would just be the perfect example. She just is chill. She comes home and she's just chill and just enjoying her life. I am so envious of that.
Joe's that's news to me.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not gonna. No.
He's no comment.
No.
I can be that way. Brittany will be just what are you doing? I'm I'm just sitting on the couch. It's but you just, there's not the TV on or anything. I was what are you doing? It's I'm just sitting here, not doing nothing. Just sitting here and collecting my thoughts or just taking a break or something. I don't know. I've been taking a lot of walks lately, Angie. That's been helping.
I do love to take walks. It's very mind clearing.
So every 2 hours, I'm at work. It's once 2 hours passes, my alarm goes off, and I'll take a little 10-minute walk.
Really? That's a great idea.
Just get out.
Seriously,
get behind,
that's
get
a really great idea.
The computer. So then I'll Marco some people and check stuff and do other stuff. So yeah, but so Brendan, what are your 3 keys to success on eBay?
Oh man, let me see. I would say I forgot. Yeah, no, I would say list stuff that people want or that's in demand. Don't be listing garbage because nobody's gonna buy it.
I don't think enough people know how to calculate the sell-through rate on eBay, which is super important. I think I might make a video on how to do that because, people are not great at math, but it's not like that hard, but you still got to know what you're doing.
Right.
Well, people are like so funny, even like at yard sales, they are always like, but it's $100 on eBay. And I'm thinking it will never sell for that.
Mm-hmm.
It will never sell for that. They have no concept that you have to look at solds,
I've shown some people, here, look at, this is what it sells for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it listed for that 100, but it only sells for about 40.
Yeah, exactly. That's a pet peeve of mine. But yeah, I think that would be a really good video, Ray. And Ray, you are driving me crazy with the Pokemon cards on TikTok. Can we please just get them out? I want to see the end. I want to see
the whole video's up on YouTube, Angie.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know. I want to know how much you spent. I want to know how much it was for like getting them graded and what your like net profit is by getting them graded. Here, I've been literally
on YouTube. Those are just
TikTok every day.
She wants
those
the
are
beats.
just like clips of like I took the video and just did clips, and it seems to be doing well. But the whole video's up on YouTube. I did
I had no idea.
He's busy watching the football that Ray puts out instead.
Yes, which
yes.
like I was telling you, Angie, that I like to take my hobbies and make a little money. So I was telling these guys that the video game to the video that I posted on Saturday, it's getting like it's gotten like over 300 views, and I think it keeps going up. So which I don't think all resellers are watching it, just like random people. So I think if I keep at it, maybe it'll do well because I watch other people do it, and they have like over 100,000 people watching, and they're doing the same thing that I'm doing. So
Wow.
It's just me and Joe watching it on repeat.
Yes, please do that. Get those AdSense in there. I need that video to make me at least $1.
There you go.
To justify it. So
how many videos is that now for the football? Like 3?
3 weeks, 4 weeks, or
Okay.
3 weeks, and then there was like one. But this week's video, we destroy. Who do we play? Colorado Buffaloes.
Okay. We wreck shop or what?
Can't tell you. That's a tease.
All right.
Oh.
By the time this video comes out, you'll already known. But
right.
So what week is the actual like football? What week are they on? Like week 5 or
is it for college?
Yeah, for college.
Oh, I don't know.
6.
6? I feel like I need to catch up. I don't know. Especially if we're going to make it in the national championship.
What week is this podcast?
14.
14.
Episode 14.
14 already?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's been a drag.
Yeah. It's
been because of my
real
surgery.
blast.
I can't believe it's already been 14 weeks. That's amazing, guys.
Yeah. Episode 14 of the new revamped This Week in Reselling podcast.
I love it.
I
think y'all have great dynamic together.
See, Joe?
Joe's the star of the show.
Some people see it, I guess. I just don't.
Hey, I said when it was first starting,
not here, that's why.
Kristen and I were talking, and I said, if Joe doesn't open his mouth, I said, he's so funny, he has so much to say and stuff. And you were like, the first couple, almost silent the whole time. I was like, Joe, where's your personality?
We're still trying to figure that out also, but
I'm still trying to figure that out too.
No, I mean, it's come out a lot more, but it's just like it's like you didn't want to interrupt anyone. And I was like, that is the sweetest thing.
Stuff,
No, you just gotta get in there.
But that's the thing. It's like other people are saying something good. Like you were saying something and I wanted to say it, but I wanted you to finish and not lose your train of thought later on,
Just interrupt. You just need to get out there. That's what Kristen and I would go. Our podcast was pretty good, is because we literally talk over each other and like finish each other's sentences. It's just
we need to have somebody on the podcast
that's
just
just be out there.
Yeah, we need to have somebody on the podcast that's just like a dick. I feel like those podcasts do like really well. Like
I mean,
someone that's just like,
we already had Paul on, so
I
Oh,
was
right.
I,
That was
I
last week.
I took a picture and I sent it to Nicole, who's the person is that we're, gonna be like Angie's on today. She's like, oh yay. And I said,
Oh, yeah.
Paul's on. And she
Oh.
texts me, she goes, you better be nice.
To Angie
Nice.
or Angie better be
I
nice?
put in the private chat who I thought would be a good choice,
I
but I
saw
can't
that.
say it out loud.
Do they still do stuff?
No, they do not.
Gotcha.
But that's immediately who I go to.
That
I
would
don't
be
know
a
who that
good
is. I don't know who that is.
You don't know
Oh,
who that
seriously?
is? Oh, yeah. Kind of non-existent now in the YouTube world, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Because
But,
we need someone that's very like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. We need somebody that's very like combative and argumentative. You know what I mean? I have a friend that's got a sports card podcast, and it's one of the bigger ones. Right? So one of the guys is he's from the north, so he's very opinionated and very like, Joe, I need you to be that guy. The very like opinionated.
Don't release me to be that guy, because
I need you to be that guy.
Thinks I am not a nice person sometimes.
Oh man.
What?
That's who I need you to be. I need you to like get pissed at me and disagree with everything I'm saying, and then Brennan's like, y'all need to settle down. And then
that would be awesome. That would be a show to watch.
If you really want that, Ray.
That's what I want. I want
seriously,
the heel.
YouTube resellers are just nice. Everybody is on their best behavior. I would be really interested in seeing somebody who has some spice to them.
You know what, Angie? Shut up, all right? We don't need to hear it.
Yeah.
It's like
we want Spicy Joe. We want
bring
the
that
heel
out.
Joe.
Yeah.
We want NWO Joe.
Okay.
It's like in Aladdin when they released Jafar from the genie lamp, and he's like,
there you go.
Takes over. It's like that. Yeah. No stopping Joe after that.
Jafar
that
was
would be
in the
awesome.
genie lamp, though.
Yeah, when he turned bad.
Yeah, remember when he kicked Genie out?
Oh, that's isn't that like movie 3 or 4 or something like
second,
that?
Return of Jafar.
You just need the genie costume there, Joe.
I'll be the bird. I'll be the parrot.
Yagu.
Yeah.
Joe, how do you feel how do you feel about bald guys with ponytails?
You know.
Joe used to have
how
them.
does that work anyways? They're
Bald guys?
Dude, I got
You've never seen a bald guy with a ponytail?
I got like three guys at my bins right now that have them.
Yeah.
We need pictures, Brendan.
How in the world does he have a ponytail if he's bald?
Yeah.
Because they have this, but they just tie it up in a little bit.
Yeah.
I looked in the mirror before we were gonna go on. I'm like, dang, my hair is long. I need to cut my hair.
Your hair looks good.
I could do a little. I look
like they just grow out the back.
Kids to get
That's a little weird.
Dude, I'm saying like the guys they'll have this, and then but this will be all long, like right here, and then they'll tie it up.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, like just like that.
Oh,
yeah, just like
I like that one. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, guys!
Look at this guy.
Oh my!
There you go.
So how do you feel about bald guys with ponytails?
No, that's not a good look.
See, look at this
shave
guy.
it.
No, that's gotta go. That's gotta go.
I don't get. It would take me a long time to have that long of hair. It's like
these people drive like Ford Rangers, and they they have like a like they go to like those flea market like gun shows and knife shows.
I was gonna say he's got a gun rack in his back window.
Yeah.
He's got the wraparound shades and all that.
Yes, and they might be regulars at the LARPing conventions and like Renaissance fair. Look, there you go.
Is that
Jesse Ventura?
There he is.
Wow.
At that point, man, just let it go. Just let it go, man.
Exactly. Yep.
So, yeah, that's
bald is beautiful.
Bald is beautiful. That's the name of the title. Bald is beautiful.
There you go.
No, because then you're on here, Angie. Then
I was gonna say that doesn't.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I guess I could shave my head for the show if that's what it takes.
We should all shave our heads for the show.
No thanks.
There you go, Angie.
I don't have a good head. I have like a lot of dents and scars, like right here. There's a lot of dents.
I mean, my hair is almost short enough already, so I don't care.
And
I have
you
a
bought,
scar.
like, that rubber fake bald thing.
There you
put it
go.
on-
Hey, I did a beard one time.
Ooh.
There you
Beard
go.
and mustache
Right.
on a podcast.
And then do your
so-
video for it, so it's part of your, your whatever, and do a review.
Oh, and I'm proud of you, Joe. You tried to interrupt me, and you almost did it, and then you stopped. But I'm proud of you for trying.
Have you guys ever seen those knit hats? They're called the beardos, and they're like knitted, but they got a beard.
Yeah,
You
those
seen
are
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Those are
I don't know if
cool.
they still make them anymore, but I don't know
Sure
why
they
you brought that up.
I would
Oh,
love
yeah.
one because it gets cold.
Mm.
Oh, speaking of getting
it's
cold, guess who's rocking socks and sandals today?
Dude, I don't want to
Angie?
talk about it, man. I don't want to talk about it.
Me,
Yeah, you too.
socks and Birks.
Oh, that's different.
What's the temperature down there?
Probably 80 some.
Jealous.
But in my house, it's cold. But I'll just
Oh,
slip on
yeah.
my Birks over top. So
Yeah,
off I go.
I need to get some new Birks because they're finally dying.
Yeah.
But they
But
last
I
a
don't
long
want to
time,
get
though.
any because it takes forever for them to break in.
It does. Your feet hurt the first
Yeah,
few times you wear them because But the good thing is that's why you never buy used Birks because it literally conforms
Exactly.
to your foot.
to your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are.
Some people buy it. Like I've sold Birks like that though, like the footprint burned into the thing,
It is.
and like
Yeah.
people still buy it.
No, I that's one thing I always buy new is because it's literally special for you. And so what if you don't meld together so you have this weird
Yeah, I can see that.
It was 40 degrees this morning. I had to wear a winter hat.
Yeah, it's 45 right now.
Cold.
40.
Fucking
Well,
God.
let me see.
Oh
It's
my
right
gosh,
now.
guys.
Let me see.
I
Like,
couldn't find
the
'em. I think my
low
wife threw
last
'em
night
away.
was 32. So
Yeah. Oh, now
Ray, what's the temperature where you are?
now it's
I
51
am
here.
57. It's cold.
It's 50. Okay, now I gotta look. Maybe it's colder.
It's
Okay,
57. I'm wearing shorts and a hoodie, which I should be wearing pants because I am cold. Dang, girl.
77, high of 80
Take
today.
Take me back. Take me
It's
there.
gonna
Oh,
be-
it's gonna look how cool it's gonna be. Oh my god, it's gonna be upper 70s. Yes.
It's
It
gonna
was
be in the
95 yesterday.
low 30s tonight over here.
yeah, it was 32 last night for us.
It's going to be
Yeah.
47 tonight. 44
Why
at
do you
10
live
a.m.
in the frozen north? Mm-mm-mm. Hey,
Yeah,
I grew
I
up in
know.
Ohio. I spent
because I didn't have to dodge a hurricane like you guys do in
Mm.
Florida.
True. Very true.
well,
Every two
we
days.
didn't because we're kind of lower Alabama.
Well, okay, whatever. But you know what I'm saying.
Would you rather
Yeah, no,
dodge
I get it.
hurricanes or live in a frozen tundra?
Hurricanes.
Mm.
We'll send you wait till about 2 months, and I'll send you a picture of how it looks over here. Joe knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
When
good.
I
I'll
moved
send
from
you a video
Ohio,
of me snow blowing a foot of snow.
There you
yeah,
go.
when I moved from Ohio, it snowed every day from like October 12th till we moved at the end of February.
Mhm.
And it was literally, you would shovel the driveway multiple times a day.
Yeah,
Because
it never
was so
stops.
much. I'm like, never again.
Never stops.
You can miss me on that.
Craziness.
Yeah. It's,
Well, Angie,
rough.
Well,
thank
and
you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you for
Thank you, thank you.
having me.
We do appreciate it. We're
I
gonna have
was
to have you
wondering
on
if I
more
was
often.
ever going to get an invite.
Oh, Angie.
wow,
No.
Angie, Brendan and I never know who it is, so
Never.
he's the one
It's true.
always
No,
invited,
actually,
not us.
I was invited when it
That's-
just started.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, remember that because when Kristen
But-
was on.
I
But Ray messed
was,
up the times.
yeah, I was about to have surgery and I can't remember exactly, but yeah, I was about to have surgery and stuff. So there you go. I was invited. I was just being a little smart
I
ass.
forgot.
Life happens.
So next time we'll have you and Kristen both on when she comes back from
from leaf seeing or whatever,
Back.
leaf season.
or
Is that what she's doing?
leaf viewing? What I call it?
Loser.
Tree Z. I don't know.
Leafapalooza.
Yeah, there you go.
So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you like,
Appreciate
share, and
you.
subscribe. Joe, are those commercials coming through? What are we doing?
I don't know.
And just remember, incense good, incest bad. So, yeah.
And we'll catch you guys
Just leave it.
on the flip side. See y'all. God bless. Peace.
Peace.